strength, leadership, power, authority, guidance, patience are God's gift to us.
Something you never see coming.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GBR Weekly Playoff Edition as we come into the first week of the Kentucky High School Playoffs. We are Class 2A, First District plays number 1 seed, plays the number 4 seed from the Second District. But before we do that, we got to get into that. But let's just take a look back real quick at last Friday. Last regular season game of the year, and wow.
Well, this is B-Rad, and my name is J-Dog. Let's do it.
Thank you, Jason.
That's what I'm talking about. If you don't know, GBR Weekly, we do it every week for the Mayfield Cardinals. And last week, we traveled to Christian County, and if you watched it or you were there at the game, Christian County, their first series, they methodically passed, pick and pop, 5 to 10 yard passes over the middle, even kicking it out a little around the end, and scored with ease against the Mayfield Cardinals defense. And then they decided to go for 2, and it was a quarterback keeper, and he was basically untouched.
He was good.
Yes, and by the way, we have something to say. His name that Brad kept saying was incorrect, and his correct name was.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Jason.
Hey, but we want to make it right, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do. We want to make it right.
His name is Jordan Miles. Okay,
and he kept calling him Gomer Pyle.
No,
so.
yeah, well, that's what it sounded like the PA guy was saying. So I was just saying what he was saying.
Yeah, and that young man is a stud.
Yeah,
and they actually have other playmakers.
He's a weapon. He absolutely
definitely
is.
And he started doing some things. And in the first quarter, they had how many total yards of offense?
They had 156 yards of total offense in the first quarter.
But the Big Red Machine got together and
adjusted.
Said, here's what we're going to do. Let's cut it out. And then the second quarter, they had negative what?
Negative 3 yards total offense.
Yeah. So Mayfield did make adjustments, but it was kind of I just know that of course we want to obliterate everybody we play. We're fans and stuff, but it was a little disheartening the way our defense came out, and that's a 6A opponent.
Yeah,
so they've got weapons.
It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen a high school team have.
Christian County, that is.
Yeah, Christian County. Their defense was non-existent. I mean, when you go for it, and I don't know if that was his way of doing things, the coach's way of doing things. He just does that all the time, or they just don't have a punter. But they were way down on their own field, deep in their own territory, and they would have a lot of yards for a first down, and they would just go for it, and they would run it. Mm-hmm. They just run a play, and then they would give us the ball. So that's why 72 points got put on the board, because they kept giving us the ball so deep in their territory.
Right. And, like what B-Rad just said, they would go for it with 3rd and 4th and long situations without punting. But in the first quarter, they got it. You know what I'm saying? They were going for it, and they was getting it. Yeah. And then the only punt attempt that they did do,
Big Trey
had that big old paw up. And got a hold of it, and so at that point, then you're probably like, okay, well, that's probably why they don't punt, because they can't block nobody, and that's what's up. But Mayfield went on a 72-0 run. After they scored 8, we scored 72 and shut it down. Our JV second, third squad came in, did a fantastic job, and hats off to the Mayfield Cardinals with a big win.
It was really weird in that. We were ahead at one point. We were ahead 28-8, and I think we had run 5 plays and we had 0 first downs. Mm-hmm. It's strange
because we kept scoring on just one.
The first play, right.
Literally one play touchdown, and everyone contributed again. Though, and I want to bring this up as a fan, a football player that played at Mayfield, because I've talked to others, and yes. It hurt our feelings when we just kind of let Christian County do that, and I don't know, Me and Brad's talked about it. Me and Doug's talked about it. Me and other players has talked about it. It's like they're not getting up for the game because maybe, I don't know, maybe they're – but this time of the year –
we were a little flat.
We came out flat. And then when Mayfield finally, the defense decided to get off the bus, the offense got off the bus, but the defense didn't seem like they got off the bus. But when they finally did, Mayfield put it on them. And again, the coach, offensive coordinator, you know, he decided to go for it deep in their territory. They kind of put them in a bad situation there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ended up putting a running clock on them and still scored 72 points. And that was by our second and third team.
Right. The JV played the entire second half.
Yeah. Great facility.
Oh, yeah.
Stadium Champions.
Yeah.
We had Larry on the show last. He did the game with us a little bit here and there. He kind of interacted. It's good to hear that. And then their AD, their athletic director, what was his name?
That was Trey. His name was Trey. Trey Wheeler, I believe is what it was.
Yeah. Hey, fantastic
Absolutely.
individual. He got us right up in there. And even even Coach Lanny Lancaster and DR is like, man, y'all are big time now. We inside. so it was good to see everybody, and we had a good time. And it's just one of them things where we kind of came out flat, and I was a little disheartened by that. But this week we moved to a game time Thursday night instead of Friday night against Edmonson County. And the last time we played them was like 2018, 2019. And I don't know if we went there or not, but regardless, we ended up winning that game, of course. But anyway, they're coming to the CFSB War Memorial Stadium in Mayfield on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, you know. And so here's the thing. First round of the playoffs, we need everyone to get there. CFSB War Memorial Stadium Thursday.
It's not supposed to be cold. It may be cool, but it's not going to be cold.
High of 62 that day. I mean, here's the thing. If we go to state, we got 5 games left.
4 of them will be at home.
4 of them will be at home.
If we play all 4 of them.
Everybody was crying in the winter and the spring. Can't wait for football. It's here. Need you at the stadium.
Yeah.
And Mayfield did bring a bunch of people to the Christian County game. And again, we need you here at home. We need to support these young birds and the older birds because we got several seniors, great senior class with Zane at the helm, you know, and we just want to make sure they realize that, hey, we're going to be there no matter what. So we need everyone to be there Thursday night. You know, Edmonson County here, I don't know much about them. I do know that I think they won 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, they're not having a real good year. Yeah. I mean, they're in the playoffs because there's only 4 teams.
Right.
You know, over there. Or if there are 5 teams, I don't think there's 5, but the other team's even worse than Edmonton. So somehow they got the 4 seed.
Yeah. I was talking to Doug earlier today, and he brought up a fun fact that I didn't know. Last Friday, Caldwell County changed quarterbacks. Supposedly that's what Doug has told me. Changed quarterbacks and won and beat Trigg County. So I'm going to be honest with you. That was their first win of the season. They've had a rough year. Great job, Caldwell County. I'm giving them a little bit of love there. And they scored 28 points, I believe. I think that's what it was, 28 points, something like that. Hey, good job. And I think their defense showed up, and they only allowed 1, you know. So
and they get rewarded by a trip to Owensboro Catholic.
Yeah. So here's the deal, man. Let's get on that second game win streak, baby. And let's put that on them, boy. I mean, we're for you, for sure. 41-7. Okay, 41-7. Thanks, Doug. So that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I knew Aaron was going to turn around over there. Aaron McClung, head coach, good friend of mine, you know, and he went to Grace County alumni, 93. So congratulations to Caldwell County. So, I mean, okay, so we got Edmonton here on Thursday night. Make your arrangements to be at the CFSB War Memorial Stadium in Mayfield. And then if we proceed and win,
possible future opponent would be the winner of the Murray-Fort Campbell game.
Right.
That's being played at Fort Campbell.
Yeah, because Fort Campbell is the second-ranked team in their region.
Right.
And so Murray being the third place. Yeah. Right. So that's what happens. I mean, I don't really know much about Fort Campbell. I do know they are having kind of a down year, even though they got second.
No, they've actually won some games this year. You know. Yeah. Here the past few years, wins were hard to come by, but they've actually got some wins this year. So.
I feel like Murray's going to put it on them.
Well, it very well could be.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, it's never a bad time to whoop some Tigers. I mean,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Always a good day for that.
So yeah, it's always a good day to whoop some Tigers. So we'll take that, you know. But if not, if Murray doesn't win, then it'll be having Fort Campbell to come back over here. But the second round of the playoffs.
It's the third round. They can't help themselves but looking toward.
Right. Okay. You know, and we're going to talk about it just briefly, because we have not discussed anything we're going to talk about today other than just, you know, what we're going to do. But, I mean, if everything and everybody wins the way they're supposed to, I mean, the way I see it, and everybody else is what I've talked about, LCA's coming to Mayfield, Cutter Bowley, you know, last year came and left with a loss, and that hurt their feelings pretty bad. They thought they was going to come in here and put it on Mayfield. They didn't, but they actually added another piece to the puzzle, which was the running back.
Right.
And he played, the way I understand, he played in the 6A state championship last year in Kentucky and got, you know, 170-something yards or even more in the state championship. But anyway, he's transferred to LCA. So they've got, you know, two big studs, and their offensive line is a beast. So that's what kind of everybody's talking about. But the Mayfield Cardinals is saying, you know what? That's going to be in a couple of weeks, possibly.
Yeah, let's take care of business.
Take care of business one step at a time and not to look forward. You know, now I'm not going to say that no one has probably watched film. I've watched film, and if you're out here and you're a football fan, you've watched film on LCA as well as other opponents, Owensboro Catholic and stuff. You know, that's just the thing, you know. But they came down thinking they were going to do it, and they didn't last year. So I know they've got their teeth ready. They're just you know, foaming at the mouth. So if everything just continues to do the way it's going to do, it's going to be a great clash. Like I said, though, it's one game at a time, nothing for granted. So I know the coaching staff talked to some of them briefly over the last few weeks, and it's like, hey, we're playing Edmondson. That's what we're going to talk about. We're not talking about anything else. So it's good to be focused. So, guys, you know, I mean, we just got to come out with intensity, no injuries, and just come into the next game, which will be either Murray or Fort Campbell at Mayfield. Whether it's Friday, Thursday, Saturday, we don't know yet. Possibly it'll be Friday, since you know several games will be gone, you know.
The first round is always the challenge because there's so many games. Second round, all those games get cut in half. So maybe there'll be enough to go around.
Yeah, and if you don't know and don't realize this, I mean, there is a referee shortage. Okay, there is a ref shortage, and sometimes when you have, you know, only 5 or 6 crews in a region, you know, some of the crews might not be up on maybe the rule book as much as what they should. That's facts, because I know several refs that said when they were reffing, they're retired now, but I mean, they read the book and the manual constantly, and there is some crazy rules in the high school rule books.
Well, hopefully
we'll get a good crew.
Hopefully there won't be issues with officials this year, and hopefully everybody will stay healthy. Nobody gets any injuries.
Right. Yeah. You know, and I will say this, a few games ago we had some fans that was really displeased with as many flags as was thrown. I am one of them. You know, but remember, if you think you can do a better job, being for real, if you think you can do a better job, take the test, suit up, and help and give back, you know, because it's all about the kids. I mean, it really is, you know, and good sportsmanship and stuff like that. You know, it is tough. It is tough.
We're actually considering starting a Red Helmet Video officials crew, and we will call the game while we are officiating. So.
I'm in, baby. I'm in. We might have to sign up some Henleys on that one. Bubba's going. And now, flag. Oh man, we'd be kicked out. They'd run us out on a rail, man. That's hilarious. If you want to join the Red Helmet Video refereeing crew, come on out. 1-800-GO-BIG-RED. But yeah. So that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. So, but anyway, I mean, you know, Edmondson County CFSB on a Thursday night, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Is there anything you want to add?
No, is there any point in trying to put a score up for Thursday night?
Well, I missed the Jinx pick. Jinx had his pick. DJ Paul won that. Congratulations, DJ. He got the closest. I don't even know if anybody ever went in the 70s there.
Yeah.
I will say this, I don't think Edmondson will not punt the ball.
Right.
If Christian had punted the ball,
It wouldn't have been like that,
it wouldn't
yeah.
have been. It wouldn't have got to 70.
I agree.
So I'm probably going to say right now on this air, 55 to 55-7.
Okay.
You know, I think that's somewhere close. And you know, as long as Mayfield comes out and does what they're supposed to do, intensity,
We
that's
should
what's up.
handle
Yeah.
them pretty easy.
Okay, what about you?
I'm gonna say 49 to nothing.
All right, 49-0. Doug, what's up?
I'm gonna go with what Cal Prep says, 62-0.
Cal Prep says 62-0, and that's
Michelle?
what Doug is gonna go with.
You got to come up with something.
She said, "Forget y'all. I don't care about this."
Yeah, she does.
Man alive. Who's calling me?
Okay, she is pointing. She says 48-7, and that's a pretty good one. She's like, I said, okay. So I do sign language a little bit. But anyway, hey, for Go Big Red Weekly, we're not going to be doing the pregame show since the game is on Thursday.
Right.
They will be doing the game at Wings.
They'll be showing it.
But I'm going to tell you, and we talked to Stu yesterday, they've got trivia night, and they don't have did they have a band too?
No, well, they got a guy playing the guitar.
Oh, guy
yeah.
playing the guitar.
Yeah.
They will show the game. It might be a little bit loud and crazy. If you're in Paducah and can't make it, or you live in Paducah, you're a Mayfield fan, can't make it to the game, Big Daddy's Pizzeria is going to be live, showing it live on a Thursday night at 7. I talked to Brock yesterday at Wings, etc., and he was sharing that information with it. They also will have the Paducah-Tillman game on, streaming that also. But anyway, so that's good to know. But we need everyone to come out to CFSB War Memorial Stadium on Thursday night, 7 o'clock, to support our Cardinals. And we've got anywhere from, if we get beat, we're done. But we've got at least one game up to 5 games left. Doesn't matter. If we trip coming out of the gate, Edmonson County could clip our wings early, but I don't see that happening.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the deal: come on out and let's enjoy it while we still have it left, because before you know it, it'll be basketball season.
That's right.
So,
And we'll be done. Hey, we'll see you Thursday night right here on Red Helmet Video. Go Big Red.
go Mayfield.
Hey, big X, big stepper. Cut off my shit, you was being too extra. I saw my line screaming how they gon' stretch, but they stay in their place cause they get hit. My bodies we drop at the better they dress. I be quick to throw hands, but we stay with them Westerns. Blocks, K's, yeah, we with the X. Think I was like 6 when they said I was pressure. Hey.